Oh, yeah. I just had to stuff food down my mouth so fast. It was retarded. It was crazy retarded. Oh, I'm live. Now I got to drink a little bit of this stuff. That's what I was doing, guys. I was eating because I needed to. On top of taking some other bullshit, some other stuffs, doing the things, doing the good things. Man, I was taking a shower a wee bit ago after the gym and a little tanning session. Yes, I know. Some of you guys are going to be like, you tan? Yeah, I tan. It feels fucking good. It's actually very meditative for me. I enjoy it. So I tan. And while I was in the shower after gym and tanning, I was just thinking, I was like, man, my life is completely different than most people's, I would say. Maybe not so much for the guys in the red pill space, but for your average everyday Joe, absolutely. Absolutely. My life is just completely different. And honestly, I wouldn't fucking change it whatsoever. And the reason why I would say my life is so much different is I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about like where I'm at. So I just turned 35, fucking a week and a half ago, something like that. Most 35-year-old men that you look around and see, these guys are fucking already got dad bod. They're balding. They're fucking going to kids' soccer practice on the weekend. They're running around like fucking crazy maniacs. They're drinking beers. They're doing all this other stuff. And I'm the fucking opposite. It's like, goddamn, I'm fucking disciplined. I definitely don't wake up early. I can sleep in whenever I fucking want. You know, I wake up at a fucking decent hour. My entire day is dedicated to just bettering myself and bettering my position. And the other thing that I was thinking about was, fuck, whenever I do have a surplus of money, or even that, like not even a surplus of money, just a good large majority, a good chunk of my income goes directly back into investing right into me. That's crazy to think about. Crazy. Most of these fucking guys that are in that blue pill kind of conditioning, where's a lot of their money going towards? It's going towards stuff. It's going towards things. It's going towards what they think is going to help them keep up with the Joneses and boost them up in society and kind of keep them going. But the next thing is too, they're not investing in themselves. They've stopped investing in themselves. They're investing into their kids. They're investing into their kids' college funds. They're investing into the wife. They're investing into this fucking house with this fucking stupid mortgage. Their IRAs so that they could retire one day. Their 401k, even though, that's a different story. They're probably, I don't know. Anyway, fuck, we got 31 people watching live already. Let's make sure we're hitting that like button, and I'll continue to go on my tangent. But guess what your boy's about to go do? Every day, I do the same thing. I got to go, and I got to see, dang, Grant Cardone. What's up, buddy? Hanging out with Kevin Hart. 16 likes right now, 17 because I just hit that. Why don't you guys go ahead and stop being a bunch of sillies and hit that like button? Let me take a look through the old comment section here. Jules Verne, what it is. Philip Franklin, how we doing? Khalid, how you doing, buddy? Brent. Hunter, haven't seen you in here before. I don't believe. Please make sure you're subscribed. And welcome to the show. Nick D, what it is. Timius, the Gunt, what's going on? Andrew Rolls. Max, I never got your email, buddy. Never got your email. I was looking for it. I stayed up all night twiddling my thumbs for that email. Never got it. Daniel. Patrick not saying that I'm old AF. That's just rude. John P. Guide and Light. Kevin. All the boys are up in here. Barry. Matt W. I'm the 9. Holy shit. You guys are men making waves. You emailed me an hour ago. All right. I didn't look. So you're lucky. You get a pass. You get a pass on this one. Besides low body fat, what's the secret to abs? That's about it. Everybody has abs. Everyone has abs. Genetically, it just depends on how it shows up. Greg B in the house. How we doing? There's no lie when it's said that abs are made in the kitchen. The other thing, that's correct. You're getting a pardon. Now, if indeed you are lying, no, sorry, Bob. The guillotine for you, my friend. We need to make guillotines great again. That's what we need to do. I believe. I also think I think some heavier and harsher punishments should come back as well, but that's, it's just me being the king. It's me being your Royal Highness. Just a perspective, just a thought. All right. What else is the other secret to abs? Compound movements, engaging your core with the compound movements, not just doing it from a shit balls extremity. It's never an extremity movement. That is correct. Andrew Rolls, go ahead with your question. Just ask it next time. Public hangings are better. Oh, there should be a plethora of different devices, I believe. Yo, I'm making hypergamy game. Seducing a chick from explaining hypergamy to her. That's crazy. It doesn't seem very seductive, but that's just my opinion. You fucking Canadians are a different breed. Nothing like doing some full house cleaning to remind myself that I need to be rich enough to have somebody do this shit for me. I agree. That is like a huge goal of mine. Huge goal. My abs are getting tighter. Can't wait for the spring dating app picks. Absolutely. I got a little shoot coming up on April 14th, I believe, something like that. So I decided to get pretty cut up before scheduling that shoot, but that just keeps me what's it called? That just keeps me honest. I woke up this morning, weighed myself. I was 243. I've dropped 7 pounds in fucking 2 weeks. That's not terrible. Not terrible at all. Loving this diet too. I actually really enjoy the food I'm eating. I thought I was gonna fucking hate it. I really did. I saw tilapia twice a day and I was just like, no, thank you. But I'll tell you what, throw in some liquid aminos. I do 8 ounces of rice, white rice, 6 ounces of tilapia, half a cup of green beans, and some fucking, I'm not going to lie, I don't put the green beans in there with the aminos, and then liquid aminos, and it's fucking bomb. It's just like sushi. It's fucking really good. I got a new flavor today. Oh, that's different. Cream soda by Zevia. Cream soda, Zevia. Not terrible. It's a little bit sweeter than the ginger root beer. Me gusta. I like it. Save that cash, boys, so your woman can take half of it when she leaves you. Exactly. While she claims that she was emotionally abused and that she needs to live to the same standard of living after making a choice to leave you. I love it. These empowered women. So empowered. So brave. All right. Hang on. Let me see what else I got up here. Oh boy. Oh boy. Make sure to squeeze your abs whenever you're bending over. You don't want your back doing all the work. Hell yeah, a couple public beheadings and people start acting right. Hail the king. I got some more sinister plans as well. Not to say that they're considered evil. Oh shit, boys. Guess what time it is? I forgot to take my ashwagandha. Let's take some ashwagandha. It was staring me right in my face. Do you guys know the benefits of ashwagandha? Let me go ahead and, as I fucking struggle to put the cap back on. Promotes stress reduction, supports the immune system, and it's a mood enhancer. I'll tell you one thing that I noticed when I started taking it, though. My cortisol responses went down drastically. So it actually helped me with reducing body fat and my overall body composition. It boosted my testosterone because here's the thing. I wouldn't call it a testosterone booster, but once your body stops producing cortisol, your testosterone is able to start taking over and actually get back up. So your free testosterone is able to go up too. I take it. I've only been taking it once a day lately, 2,100 milligrams of ashwagandha. But before I was taking it right when I wake up in the morning and right before I went to bed. Totally love it. Totally love it. I also got to take my Lipolyze. I love just coming up on here and taking fucking all sorts of pills in front of you guys. It's fucking awesome. It's good TV, isn't it? To get these fucking titties going. That's what I'm talking about. Bop, 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 bop. Come on, upper chest. Let's go. Got to get that more. There we go. Look at that shit. Whoa. Bearing it all for you guys. 42 people up in this mofo right now. Let us make sure we are hitting that like button. All right. That's a total fail. I have no clue what you're fucking referring to, but I enjoy you being in the chat, so I'll let that slide too. That is another pardon from the king. I am a generous king today, by the way. Thanks, Matt. I got that top ab starting to show. That's pretty good. When that top ab starts to show, the cool part too is like when you could see that nice line, that nice indent coming in right in the top ab as well. That's when you know you're fucking burning some stuff. So can someone like you enjoy their life while enjoying a 9-to-5? I mean, that's a weird thing to ask me because from my perspective, no. I used to work last year. I was working timeshare sales, and that was fun because it was on a sales floor and there's a lot of fun. There's a lot of babes and you didn't have a lot of oversight. But your boy got his knuckles tattooed and a bunch of tattoos on his hands so that he'd never work a corporate job. And actually, as a matter of fact, I had to put fucking makeup on my hands when I worked at that timeshare place. But I ended up fucking saving up enough money to get this whole thing started and to be able to live reasonably comfortable in that meantime. Yeah. So that's why I sacrificed that. But I will never work a corporate. I'll never work a corporate job. No, sir. No, sorry, Bob. Can't do it. I ordered your paperback today. Thank you very much. 45. Jeez Louise. I appreciate you doing that, man. That's me fucking cheersing to you with cream soda. Definitely miss the fresh fish in SD. It's pretty good here. I go, and this is something that I'd actually love to do is get the guys together, get some people together here in San Diego and go on a morning rockfish charter boat because I've fucking hammered some rockfish recently. And then those are just the best fucking fish tacos you'll ever have right then and there. Oh, like same day fish tacos. Whoa, so good. And the fishing's fun. Really fun. I haven't let them show since I was 25 when I got an LTR for my remaining 20. Sigh. I'm now 39 and closer to 4 decades every day, but it's not killing me. Exactly. I wanted to ask that question a different way in my head. No worries, dude. Oh, man. Was going to microdose shrooms while waiting for the Iboga wellness trip, but your whole talk on fungi pushing collective energy making me second guess. Well, when are you going to try to go to IWC? Yeah, I just recommend that you wait. That's just my perspective. Just wait. Corey, that image consulting company quoted me 2 to 3K for their services. Should I bite the bullet or just walk away? Is that insane or simply par for SF? That image consulting company quoted me 2 to 3K. I don't know what you're referring to. I'm sorry. My mind has been all over the place lately. Does this pertain to your email? If it doesn't, just remind me via email what kind of thing you're dealing with right now. Quoted me 2 to 3K for their services. Image consulting. I hope that's not for like dating or anything. Oh yeah, that one fucking was awesome. Coronavirus alert. Take the Gonda lately or daily. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, that's retarded. Good man. Taking my, what's it called? Do you have DHA? Well, I have it. I don't take it. I should, but I don't. Private marriage. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, it should just be a fucking, you'll get to this in the last chapter of my new book. I talk about it being strictly a fucking business transaction and having a contract. Just took my ashwagandha with dinner. Good man. Oh, yeah. Well, he says it's working, so we'll leave it up to him. The king is firm but fair. That is a fact. Now kiss my ring. I need to get a ring. That'd be fucking dope. Oh, man. Just a big, fat, fucking red jeweled fucking ring. That'd be sick. Kiss the ring. I just ordered the new book. Going to read it over spring break next week. Awesome. Vikings, living the dream. Yes, you can enjoy anything if you stay focused on yourself and getting better in everything you do. All jobs are just tools. That's how I like to look at it too. But I'm a little bit more rebellious in a way. I can't really have, what's it called? I agree. Well, that's my belief system there too. The person who did my interview had a stick up his butt about me, but everybody else was absolutely in love. So he's like, how are you going to cover those up? I was like, I'll wear gloves. We'll wear fine driving gloves. No big deal. Hell yeah. Some of the best fishing I've ever done in my life has been in the Gulf. We got 53 people up in the chat right now as well. Let's make sure we hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, please do make sure you subscribe. We'll get into some good combos here in a wee bit. Can't take away from yesterday, though. Got to be honest. I blew my load yesterday on that show. That was a good one. Probably one of my better ones, I'd say. Exactly. All about it. Love just hopping out, going in the harbor and doing it. But I was just about to say the best fishing trip I've had thus far. Actually, there's two. When I was stationed in Okinawa, we did a trip. We went far out. But we hammered so much tuna, it was ridiculous. But I also got so sunburned. It was the worst sunburn of my life. Like laying in bed for 3 days. It was crazy. It was like an actual lobster, super bad. Then the next one was in the Gulf. When I was stationed in Keesler Air Force Base, we went out deep sea. But I would fish off the coast all the time too, and fucking hammer fish all the time. On the deep sea trip though, we were hitting those Jack Rivalis, I believe is what they're called. Those things fight like crazy. I caught a 6-foot king mackerel, even though I hate mackerel. I learned that day how much I dislike mackerel, the taste of it. I I could do some mackerel sushi, but cooked mackerel, in my opinion, and that king mackerel is terrible. But red, oh my God, redfish out of the Gulf, it's kind of sweet. It's the best tasting fish I've ever had in my life. It's so, so good. We were fucking hammering reds left and right too. And then, not that day, but one night we went out because I used to go fishing on the weekends at like midnight. And I caught a fucking pretty good size. I think it was a 4-foot bull shark. And I decided to keep it and eat it. And the thing about shark is this, you got to understand, I think they have a ton of ammonia. They have a bunch of ammonia running through their body. So you got to soak the meat in milk to soak out the ammonia. But holy shit. We marinated the meat in this fucking amazing chipotle sauce and then had shark tacos. And those were fucking so good. Yeah, bull shark, very good. I've heard good things about mako too. I don't know, has anybody out there had mako? But that bull shark was crazy. Yeah, it was a pretty good fight. It was a pretty good fight for a 4-footer. There we go, Philip. I love it. Here to piss off all sorts of people. I can't wait to see what happens with the stock market this week, though. I mean, maybe I wasn't right yesterday, and maybe my number was off, but it still went a little haywire today, now didn't it, guys? Oh yeah, you don't need to do the mushies then. Just relax. Keep your system clear. This is gonna sound really weird, but the Iboga's already doing its work on you. If you've already made the decision to go and you've already made the compact with it, so to speak, it's like it's already doing what it's got to do. It's kind of crazy. I've been clean of any substance for 2 months just for IWC trip. Got to optimize the experience. Good man. Man. Oh boy. Oh shit. Okay, cool. I see it. It's for online dating. I wouldn't pay $2 to $3K. I would not pay $2 to $3K. That's fucking ridiculous. It's to put together some looks for a shoot. Yeah, that's too much money, man. If you want to put together some looks and you want to pay like less than that money, dude, why don't you just go to Stitch Fix or Trunk Club or something like that and talk to the fucking designers there and just be like, hey, I want to get a little bit different for my, I want to try some different styles out and some different looks. And the cool part is afterwards you can send back what you don't like. And I think it's way cheaper than what you're talking about. And then your photo shoot, maximum $500, maximum $500 for like a 3-4 hour shoot, maximum. But that's got to be a good photographer, honestly. Yes, exactly. Daniel backs his shit up, man. These are the types of people I like, right? You and yourself, Matt W. Philip Franklin's in the same boat. Ray and WarTribe. WarTribe guys are on it, right? That's why I like having the WarTribe. Because whatever fucking knowledge I drop or some of the senior members in the group that have their life together drop, the guys in there are so thirsty for it and they fucking implement it immediately, right? I fucking hate people that hem and haw and say someday. Like, fuck someday. Seriously, stop being a little bitch. Just fucking do it, right? Like, I hate to get so harsh and like name call and say that stuff, but that's essentially what's going on is like hesitation is not masculine. Hesitation is not a masculine virtue. It's a feminine fucking characteristic, right? Like, men decide, men do. That's I don't want to toot my horn here and be like, oh, this is what I do all the time. I just do it. It's like, sure, there's some deliberation, but usually if something pops into my mind, it's there for a reason. And that's kind of like what I was talking about yesterday with yesterday's show. It's like, if it's in my mind if it's in my mind, it's there for a reason. So I should probably act on it. And that's me being 100% true to myself and understanding that I'm smart enough to know what's probably good for me at this moment in time, and I should act on it. It's a fucking pretty dope philosophy, I believe. Kevin, Thank you, sir. Thank you. Fresh yellowtail cut up on the spot. So good. 100% agree. 100% agree. Again, thank you. One of my favorites. Have not ever caught or come across a barracuda yet. I was outside of Mississippi. I think the water, I wasn't too fearful of barracuda when I was in Mississippi. Once you start getting a little bit closer to Florida and you start getting into that, because you got to remember the Gulf on that part is all, it's not brackish water. It's all just, it's got that, what the hell's the name of it? It's brown water because of all the dirt and mud. It's, what's the fucking word I'm looking for? It begins with an S. Shit and piss. And it's not shit. That's not the name of it. Oh man, whatever. Let's get them BCAAs over here too. Gotta take action for sure. You able to go to LV? I'm able. Yeah, I'm able. Got to make some plans though first. Got to figure out what to do. Always did it off the Delaware, Maryland shore, but the Gulf sounds so much better. Was only down at the Gulf once. Tampa, ages ago. Busch Gardens. Yeah, I remember going to Busch Gardens. That's probably the best safari park I've ever been to. Yeah, Jackson Kingfish, man. They're so fun. I mean, they're not worth eating, right? But super fun. Going back up here, I was born and raised in Connecticut, and we used to go fishing right off the Long Island Sound and fucking would hammer stripers and blue, and then go out a little bit more towards the winter and get some rockfish, and then go clamming, get some steamers and fucking steam those steamers. Oh yeah. Soaking in some butter. Fucking terrible. And then fucking crabs. We used to catch the shit out of crabs in the Chesapeake Bay in Maryland. Fucking awesome. I love seafood. I love food, but God, it sounds so good right now. Yeah, I thought so too, especially when I pay a freelance stylist for like $60 an hour off Thumbtack. Yeah, there you go. You're fine, dude. Don't pay that much money. That's ridiculous. Fed cut doesn't solve supply side shortages. Yeah, it's just oh man, we could keep going into this, but I think right now there was enough of a scare. There was a peak. There's enough of a scare. People are fucking moving supplies out and all this other stuff. Then there's some reassurance, and it's kind of taken out of the cycle a little bit, right? But I think that the effects are growing more and more and more. And then in like a month, we're going to just see like devastating stuff come our way. Because people are like, oh, it's such a quick news cycle now. Like people are over it. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's whatever. Sediment. That's not the word I'm looking for, but it fits. Silt is the word I was looking for. I was like saying like I was trying to say like sweet, right? I knew it, but just didn't roll off the old tongue that well. Did you know that you can get on an automatic buy list at libraries? So anytime you release a new book, they buy it, and it helps get more good red pill area content out there. I didn't know. Email me a link on that, buddy. Send me a link and say, hey, Corey, this is what you do. Awesome. You think so? I don't think he's leaving Philly, dude. He's going to Reno to visit. He's going to Reno to visit Rolo, and he's coming out here to San Diego. I think he's got other business in Reno just other than seeing Rolo, but they're doing a live in-studio show together. Dang, that's crazy. That's something I want to get into. I don't like it here, though, because the water is so murky. And I mean, it's not fucking Gulf of Mexico or Gulf of, it's not Gulf. What's it called? Murky, but. Was at the grocery store this morning, dead in there. What's all the hype? I'm in Midwest, though. I don't know. Fed cuts or Band-Aids? Exactly. I smashed so many blue crabs that we caught out of Chesapeake. I wish I could say smashed that many women. Fuck. Good stuff. On top of the 50 other Band-Aids? Exactly. He did? He's going to move back? Or move to that area? I didn't hear him say that, man. Honestly. I mean, especially after he just moved into a new, I think he just got like a new condo or a new townhouse and just like completely redid everything. That'd be strange. But at the same time, it would be awesome. Get away from the East Coast. The East Coast is yucky. Yucky, yucky. Sorry, Matt. Sorry, Brent. Sorry, all my East Coasters, but I'm not a fan of the East Coast at all. At all. I'll visit places like New York, get a fucking slice, reminisce about the good old days that were actually fucking terrible and be like, oh yeah, this place sucks, and then leave. So yeah. Oh man, so today was, yeah, exactly. You still moving to AZ? My good friend and I live in Tempe. Yes, I am. I have my sites. I want to have multiple locations, but talking right now about Las Vegas, just for some business stuffs, and then I'd like to also have a home base set up in Arizona, and then open up my retreat center in Arizona, and then set up a few more retreat centers across the West Coast and like the Midwest. That's essentially where. Yeah, it's tough to visit non-2A states these days. Don't like to carry illegal. I feel that. When was he on Interview with a Man? Was it recent? Oh man. Yeah, we're spoiled out here, but at the same time, there's a bunch of fuckos. There's a lot of fuckos, actually. Yeah, and what do you think? And what I saw in Scottsdale is women were either really hot or really fat and ugly. So it was beautiful because like there was just no in between. And the girls were super approachable. Yes, all about the multiple crib setups. Absolutely. I'm not the type of person to sit in one place. I'm definitely getting fucking, what's it called here in San Diego, though? Yeah. I mean, ASU is pretty much right down the street. And ASU has the hottest girls per capita as far as any college. And I mean, this is me saying because San Diego State, SDSU, is right down the street from me. There's some hotties there. There's some hotties, but liberal hotties versus fucking conservative hotties, there is no fucking comparison. And of course, they're probably still liberal, but it's a conservative state. Super hot. Think about the western part of the states. The secret is out. Everyone knows it's perfect weather. Exactly. My dude, Offie's up in the house. How you been, man? It's good to have you in here. Good to see you. I need to hit you up. We need to get back to doing some casts or something like that. Yep. Taylor Carnivore's up in here as well. Say what's up to him. Yeah. They are dumb but damn gorgeous. Ran SDSU for a few years myself. They're getting too entitled at SDSU though. I went and actually started going and running some game on the campus itself, and it was just like awful. It was awful. The girls are just super sketch and weird, and I don't know. So my day today, went and lifted some back. I got some sleep. I laid in bed for a little bit longer today than normal because I knew usually I can do that on Tuesdays. Oh fuck, I gotta go to school tonight. I totally forgot. And even though I'm quitting school, I still got to show up for the next 3 weeks, sign the roster, and then walk out, which is what I'm gonna do, and not make it too awkward. I got too much shit to do at home anyway. Isn't that right, boy? Yeah, that's what I thought. Went and hit the gym today, hit some back, and it was not a good back day. It was not a good back day. I was not happy. I don't know what's up, man. I'm telling you, like the last 2 days, chest day yesterday was a little bit mediocre. Today, back day, mediocre. I'm just not like the lifts are good, but they're not great. The last 2 weeks of my life, lifts have been fucking great. Like awesome. Now I'm just kind of like, bleh. There's just no, there's like 60% pizzazz. It's like I'm there, I'm lifting, and I'm kind of trying to go hard. But at the same time, I'm also like, ugh, this sucks. So that was my fucking lifting day today. But it still felt good. And I'm looking in the mirror and I'm like, God damn, like I'm looking fucking great. Not 100. We'll go with an 80 because 100 is going to be in like 5-6 weeks. But man, yeah, I'm right there. I'm just, like I said, I think I said this yesterday. I just need a fucking vacation. I need to go away for a little bit. Decompress. I definitely want to go. I was thinking about it too this morning. I was like, man, I either need to get some Rolfing done or some ART or both. Actually, you know what? They both sound good. They both sound terrible at the same time, but they both sound good. If you guys have never been Rolfed before, it sounds really fucking weird. It really does sound really weird, but man, I'll tell you, it's like acupuncture, massage, and chiropractic all mixed into one. It's fucking hella good. I love it. And my Rolfing guy is super weird, but like a good weird. Because I've had a massage guy before. We used to call him Creepy Gene. He was creepy, like creepy weird, not that way. My Rolfing guy, he's weird, but in like an eccentric good way. I like it. Do I have any lower back issues? Absolutely, I do. Everything's tight. I mean, when you're doing jujitsu and you got, I mean, each one of my legs probably weighs about 80 pounds, like no joke. And you got to carry those bad boys around because you're on your back the whole time, or not the whole time, but you know, however you're doing business. Yeah. Hip flexors get super tight. Iliacus, psoas, super tight. That's usually what low back is painful from, is the psoas, hip flexors, and iliacus. I only get massages from women. Can't do the dude thing. I can do the dude thing. I'm okay with that. But yes, I prefer women, honestly, because I like to think that they want to have sex with me. No, I'm just kidding. It depends on what I'm looking for. If I'm just looking to go and relax and maybe get rid of a few aches and pains, sure. But if I need a fucking deep tissue massage, I'm going to a guy. I hate to say it like that, but like women just can't get deep enough. That sounds fucking really gay. Oh, well, those sensual hands though. Yeah. I love, I got a little Thai place right around the corner from me where it was crazy because this woman was actually Brazilian, the last chick, but man, those feet, they just step all over you and they just like fucking just turn you into putty. I love it. Love it. Love it. If it's a therapeutic, it's the opposite. It's the opposite for me. If it's therapeutic, wait. Yeah, I guess we're actually saying the same thing. You're saying therapeutic as far as like actually trying to fix something in your body. But if it's like relaxation, then it's a woman for sure. Oh shit. That's what I wanted to do today. Fuck it. I don't need to talk a lot. I'm going to have you guys call in because I want to hear, just call in real quick. I'm going to do a fucking Zoom. I'm going to put the Zoom link in there. Shitballs. Where are you? Oh, yeah, right there. Because I want to hear what you guys think is a gentleman. You don't have to be on the air too long. We don't need to fucking go on long diatribes. I just want to hear what you think a gentleman is. Give me your characteristics of a gentleman. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to paste the fucking Zoom link in the chat. Zoom. We got that going on. My headphones are getting plugged in. I want max participation here, guys. Just click the link. Call in. When I say your name, you can go on. And then you just fucking say, this is what I think a gentleman is. What? 2 minutes. 2 minutes maximum. Just characteristics. No right or wrong answers. Ooh, but let me make sure that. Come on, stupid. Fucking stupid thing. Oh, man. Cool. All right. Hey, now. I got Zoom attendees in the meeting room. Cool. That makes me happy to hear. Beep, beep, beep. Beep, bop, boop. Give it a second before it catches up for those of you guys or whoever's in the fucking chat. I'm going to do this, and we're going to do that. That means whoever's in the chat can fucking say what's up, and I already knew it was going to be you. Aaron, what's up, dude? Hang on, let me bring this up. I want max participation here, everybody. That's not against Aaron. That's just me saying fucking call in and tell me what you think a goddamn gentleman is. What's the perspective? What do people think a gentleman is? All right, Aaron, let's hear it. What do you think?
Yo, I'm going to go right to it. I mean, words matter, so that word is really two words, right?
Yep.
Gentle and man. But modern-day feminism would like a gentleman to be fucking pussy, and that's not what a gentleman is. Gentleman is the reason why that word gentle precedes the word man, because gentlemen are supposed to be stone cold killers, savage with women, and absolutely capable of pillaging and plundering to the highest degree they accept.
There we go.
Acts as a way to say every man has all of that potential under control. That's a gentleman.
That he has all the savagery under control.
Yeah, it's like,
Ooh.
You know, women want you to be capable of killing somebody. They want you to be capable, but they don't want you to do it. You know, like, unless it's necessary. That's what I'm saying. Like, a woman wants to be able to pick up that you have the capability of violence in you, but showing people, showing women, showing the world around us that particular aspect about us as men is contained, under control, like able to be tapped into at a moment's notice if and when necessary. That's what I think a gentleman is. Of course, there's a whole bunch of modern day social ideas attached to that word, like people see me dressed up and they go, "Ooh, you look like such a gentleman." Well, I get that. I know where these people are coming from with that, and I think that's applicable. But it isn't about all these ridiculous cultural societal.
So let me ask you a question then. Is a gentleman gentle?
Gentle's a weird word.
Mm-hmm.
Which possible bullshit in that word. I think a better word would be like meek, meek, which is like strength and power under control.
Huh.
It's not the type of word that gets used very often in our language, but meekness is exactly that. It's total savagery and power, like contained.
Huh.
You know, like when you're pissed off at somebody and you want to tear their freaking face off, and they know it, they know that you're capable, but you just refrain because it may be a matter of who knows what. But that's what I mean as a gentleman is. Like, you can haul off and smack somebody, but you refrain. You could not hold the door for the lady behind you, or you could hold it. You know, like doing certain things that like communicate to the world around you that you're a man under control and you have power, but you aren't necessarily always trying to flex it and make it visually obvious. It's there. It's within you, under control.
Okay. I like that. We got a whole bunch of people going off in the chat. A true gentleman doesn't burp on his podcasts. Fuck.
Yeah, what the hell? except Corey, but gentle maybe it's just a strong word in this example.
Tony S says a warrior in a garden instead of gardener in a war. I like that.
Yeah, there you go.
A gentleman is assuming everyone else is a lady or a gentleman, not because they are, but because you are. If the piss is taken, men get knocked out, women get told to fuck off. Game Warden is saying that's just manners and etiquette. Yeah. So is there a difference between being a gentleman and being civilized?
Yes.
All right. What's the difference between being a gentleman and being civilized?
Being civilized is a matter of just being very aware of immediate cultural and social cues. So, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yep.
It isn't. We don't live in a world anymore, obviously, where as men, who go into society and just take the women we want, like from another man, for instance. We just don't really live that way anymore. So, when we're in this modern day environment and we have all these societal norms that we kind of have to appeal to and apply with people, yeah, we gotta be that we have to show that we know what we're doing in those modern, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to call it being nice, but or gentle, but along those lines. And in years past, generations past, it was like less civilized, and now we're getting to the point where it's so civilized that it's hard to tell a man from a woman.
Right. So some people would even say too, gentleman is also in line with the term chivalry.
Yeah, so I agree with that, but chivalry in its oldest form, if anyone's out there done actual research on chivalry is exactly what I'm talking about. Chivalry is an old code between men that it's like that. The idea is that, nope, as men, this is our show.
So what you're saying is being a gentleman is actually a code amongst men rather than men treating women in a certain way.
Yeah, it's not about, it's something like, the old ideas of like, if a man disrespects you, you can sort of challenge him to a public duel.
Fuck yeah.
Like, it's along those lines. It's a code of behavior and respect and whatnot between men originally. And within that code, we had ideas about women. Like, don't mess with another man's woman. That's chivalrous, to not fuck around with another man's woman, or his money, or his property, or something. Those are chivalrous ideas, a framework of modern day respect that would be communicated between men. And if you think about all of game, all of pickup, and all that other stuff, it really is all of that. Like, when we talk to a woman and she indicates that she's taken or got a boyfriend or whatever, you have to make a decision right then and there, like what you're going to do with that, because you're potentially crossing the line of another man's property.
Fuck yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So you gotta, and if you think about that, that's what precipitates all game, is like their availability. Do they belong to another man? You know what I'm saying? Chivalry is about that. It is not just an exclusive set of guidelines about how the fuck men are supposed to kiss women's asses.
I hear you. So Khalid says this: I think being civilized is being politically correct, or being a gentleman is being direct. What do you think? And civilized is being politically correct, and being a gentleman is being direct.
Yeah, I would say so. Civilized. When I hear the word civilized, I take that word and take it out to its most perfect form. Like, perfect civilization is totally feminine.
It's definitely rooted in a feminine energy for sure.
Yeah. So like a totally civilized world, like a highly civilized world, is very feminized.
Right.
So, I look at certain forms of interaction with people. Like, even when I'm with my clients, there's an element of almost feminine nicety that gets exchanged in today's modern environment, because I can't like, I mean, maybe I could, but I could visit my clients and give them a gentle punch in the shoulder. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to take it well. You know, that's not the world we live in anymore, where you can kind of be rough and tumble.
Right.
So
yeah, being a gentleman is almost like a code of like, hey, we could descend all the way back down into fucking chaos and war, but instead we choose to kind of operate with this base level code of like
higher level.
And there's escalation to it. There's escalation. If you break this rule, then I'm able to descend back down to more of a primitive way of dealing with you. And then if you continue to do that, go ahead.
It was probably very easy to escalate.
Yeah.
You know, in a quote unquote less civilized time. You know, like, I can imagine a time where, I mean, think about it this way: if all of our structure of protection, law enforcement, and the kind of systems of the world that we have today that we call civilization, if they all kind of fell apart to the point where it was just absolute anarchy and chaos, dude, first thing I'm doing is finding the hottest women and taking them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not, at that point, I'm not going to be a fucking tailor anymore. I'm going to be a mercenary.
Right.
Okay?
Be a warlord.
Like, I'm going to pick up I'm going to be a warlord. I'm going to put on body armor. I'm going to pick up weaponry, and I'm going to fucking put other men on notice. Like, this is my world now.
Yeah.
You know? If we had to descend into that level of chaos, the only thing I need to know about myself is, you know, it's either going to be me or it's going to be you, and it ain't going to be me.
Yep. I agree. Cool. I got another caller, but you fucking hit the nail on the head, dude. Thanks for calling in.
Absolutely, boss. My pleasure.
See ya. All right, Max, it's your time to shine. What do you think of a gentleman? What is it?
Hey, Corey, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, my dude.
All right, what's up, dude?
You're going to have to lower the volume in the background, though.
I'm just on my phone.
You're on your phone, huh? Yeah, we're getting a little bit of feedback. I don't know if you have any headphones.
Okay, what about now?
Much better.
Okay, awesome. So, you and Aaron already kind of touched on this a little bit, especially at the end there. So I'm kind of thinking about this more from I kind of see the idea or concept of being a gentleman as like part of the intersexual give and take that's required for traditional modern society to function. So there are certain things that men do that are like shitty towards women, and there are certain things that women do that are shitty towards men. So in order to make that modern, I'm thinking like 1950s society kind of work, the system sort of asks men to suppress some of the more violent or base, like masculine strategies or behaviors, things like violence, right? And at the same time, asking women to suppress some of the more like chaotic and damaging feminine behaviors.
Sure.
So that we ask a man, okay, as a man, as a gentleman, you should be willing to lead, so that as a lady, she can be willing to follow. As a man, you're not going to be a violent brute to get what you want. So
right.
That as a lady, you're not
going to rape and pillage. Yeah, you're not going to rape and pillage right. and be. But what you're describing right now is this, and believe it or not, this is pretty much in the preface of my book. You're conflating two different types of things. Mm-hmm. What you're describing right now is civilization, right?
Right.
Civilization mainly is this. It's a social contract between the two genders saying we can, in order for us to both survive and live in a little bit happier of a location, we need to tamp down the worst parts of our sexuality. Now, the problem that we're facing today is this, though. Men have been essentially cucked of all of their negative behaviors and are exemplifying everything supposedly positive. But it's positive in the feminine light. And meanwhile, women are exemplifying zero of the positive feminine traits, but only exemplifying the negative feminine traits and getting away with it.
And so,
but then telling men over and over, you need to be a gentleman. So this is the thing that we got to talk about, though, is from a masculine perspective, what is a gentleman and what characteristics exemplify a gentleman, right?
Yeah, right. So I'm thinking, I'm not so sure about the protocol of being a gentleman from man to man, like just between men, and exactly what that entails.
Sure. So let's get away from that then. Let's do a little bit mind mapping. Like if you were to close your eyes right now and identify the most gentlemanly figure or gentlemanly archetype, what type of characteristics would that man have? Explain.
Sure.
Yeah.
I imagine, I kind of think more towards like the Bond archetype.
Everybody's going to say that. That's exactly what I see too. So then go ahead on that and describe what you see. Tell me what does Bond exemplify?
Okay, so Bond is a man who is on a mission. He is directed, and he is decisive. He is his number one priority. He knows that the other things in his life can come and go. He's going to be okay with or without them. He is capable of violence and power, but he understands, he knows those situations in which he can simply use his social skills to still get what he wants without resorting to force, for example.
He's also insanely seductive.
Right.
People don't realize how high of a fucking quality being good at seduction is. It's huge.
It's not talked about, and these days when you hear seduction, especially in the context of something like game, it's seen as negatively manipulative, and something that men do to kind of play on women, right? If you talk about, if you stick with terminology like seduction, maybe women will feel sort of neutral towards that. As soon as you turn it into a game, what's a woman's worst fear? That she's going to get with the guy who isn't who he presents himself as, right? That's that female existential sexual fear, right?
Yep.
So, but even just at a seductive level, it's not talked about mainstream as something that a man develops for his own sake,
or should possess, because that makes him a good player.
Right.
Women right now are the arbiters of the game. They're controlling all of the aspects of it, because women are born with game. Men have to develop it.
Well,
so it's
and I don't know so much born with game versus game gets brought, like men. A man appears in front of a woman. She didn't have to make a decision. Maybe she made herself more or less available, but from the moment she turns like 16, she's getting into these social interactions with men day after day, week after week.
Right.
It doesn't so much matter how confident she is or how outgoing she is. It doesn't matter whether or not she wanted a certain kind of interaction to transpire in the first place.
Sure.
The universe acts on the woman. So she starts to develop that skill, the female side of it, from day one.
I argue it's biological. I argue it's a biological strategy. And I'd even say this. So like, note how women are. Women, and the reason why I say game and seduction too, is because women are automatically born with an abundance mindset. They know that men, they know that men will do things in order to prove stuff to them, and they know that men are a dime a dozen. That's why when it comes to game, women will sit there. Let's say she only considers you like, all right, you're on her fuck ladder, right? She considers you a fuckable person, but on that scale, she might only consider you like a 5 out of 10.
Sure.
So you text her, and she's just like, and then what she do? She puts the phone down after she checks that text, and doesn't answer you for a day and waits to see what your reaction is going to be. That's game, right? Like women have that intrinsically because it comes from so many different aspects, so many different things, right?
But I mean, I would still argue that through, let's say, the first 5, 10, 15 years or whatever, when she's sexually active, that is still tied into social skills, and those skills get developed over time. Like, are you saying that you think it's just as easy to game a 36-year-old woman as an 18-year-old woman or a 16-year-old woman?
You're asking me whether or not I think it's easier to game them?
Yeah. Do you feel like assuming that they are interacting with men at the same rate.
Uh-huh.
A girl who's got sort of like a year's worth of experience with this,
Sure.
instincts aside,
Yep.
a woman who's got 12 years of experience with this, that older woman with the more experience probably has seen more.
Sure.
Has learned how to react in.
But the one thing that you're failing to, most women do know that their value declines with age. So it depends. Right. So it's like, she might realize and play the game, but
Sure, but she's ceding power, but she still knows what's happening. She still understands
Yeah.
the situation.
Yeah.
But she's because she knows she doesn't have as much leverage. And that's,
For sure.
That's not the same.
You're right. So there is a difference between leverage and game for sure. But here's a case that I want to bring up though, that I realize it's biological though with women, is that you'll see a 1-year-old daughter or a 1-year-old girl bat her eyes and start tearing up and do all sorts of stuff, and then come up to you and hug you and say, well, I mean, at 1 year old, they're probably not talking, but say, I love you.
Right.
In order to start using that emotional manipulation. That's part of their game. Why?
Yep.
Because in 12 years, they got to be ready to have kids, right? Because their biology is going to be like, oh shit. And then biologically speaking, they're in their prime at 16 to 26, but legally 18 to 26. So they got to speed it up way faster than us. So that's why I say there's some level, and I think you're right. It's not like they're perfect. Like, I don't think the game is perfected, but
I think it's a mix.
Sure, I agree. Yeah, there's definitely a difference between environment and all that other stuff, but there's a baseline game. Whereas us at 13, we're just fucking doo-doo heads. We're fucking just like, we got fucking baby batter running through our brain, or our fucking, what's it called now, right? Like, yeah, we got like silly putty running through our brains. We're like, bah, want girls, random boners. Oh my God, fucking whatever. How do I do that? Oh, I got to be a gentleman. Right.
So it's sexual strategy, but that kind of brings it back to, like, when I said traditional modern society, I'm thinking if I'm just looking at it from a man, versus woman, like intersexual
Sure.
Angle, gentleman to me seems like it's an outdated concept that is tied to an outdated social contract that is no longer being honored by the feminine.
Also, at the same time too, I think the first thing that went through, or the first thing that kind of went by the wayside, was that, and like what Aaron was talking about, is gentlemen used to be a code between men, and then it quickly became an outdated one as women got to kind of input their own ideas, and then it became a social contract between men and women. And now we've seen it where open hypergamy has completely taken over, that all of those social constructs are out the window. And now I think we're at a stage where it's like we're at a reformation. We're having to redefine these roles and reestablish some of the old school stuff. But that's the thing. I mean, that's part of evolution, is that word isn't going to mean the same thing that it did. It's just like, in my eyes, like the word God to me is a completely different thing. It's an antiquated thing that I don't like. And now I kind of understand a deeper sense of what that is, right? So it's evolved.
Definitely.
So I think that's where we're also going is, and it's kind of funny because I always come on here and I call you guys gents. I'm like, hey, gents, or what's up, gentlemen? How we doing? And it's like, we're something different now. We're definitely we're progressing and evolving into something different than just that. So it's like, what is that going to be? Right.
Yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of this. Obviously we're going to go back to like traditional masculinity type stuff, but then also with a different mix to it, because not all of us are going to be the James Bonds. We can't be the James Bonds. So then what are we? And I like to look at it, and I think the direction we're going is more so of like enlightened warriors. Yeah, something along those lines.
Definitely an evolution going on, whether as a man you like it or not, whether you're in the know or not, whether you're going to have basically the resolve to step up to that challenge and redefine yourself if necessary. I think too that how closely the gentleman concept is tied to man versus man to woman.
Mm-hmm.
evolved over time. Because if you think back to like the Italian Renaissance, right, like Shakespeare's plays, there was
Right.
honor and your reputation, and most of that was between men and women. Women are sidelined, and that was more closer to, you know, the woman lives at her parents' house until she is betrothed,
Right.
married, and then moves over.
Right.
There is none of this independent dating. There's no dating apps. Whereas, you know, after whatever the case may be, 1960s, 70s, suddenly women are more like free agents. And so the gentleman has a new set of tools that he has to develop specifically for those man to woman interactions.
For sure.
And we're probably going to see that more and more as in order to be sexually successful, men are more and more dependent on the man to woman interactions than the man to man interactions.
Yeah, well, I think that's the next thing too that we're going to get into is just like what you talked about. The lessons that we're going to teach men is that there is going to be a different way that you interact with men than you do with women. Because if you think about it, the last 60, 70 years of our social upbringing has been that, oh, you just treat men and women exactly the same.
And I think there are so many men, young men that I see. I mean, we're like starting in high school, really, through college, into your younger adult years, where those boys, those young men, haven't been in a male space to develop relationships with other men in some kind of masculine endeavor. All that they know is maybe sitting in a classroom where it's boys and girls. All
Correct.
that they know is being in a corporate office where it's men and women. You think you can treat people different, men and women differently in a corporate office?
Not today.
So, not today.
In the 50s,
right?
they did. In the 50s, they did. And then it quickly escalated out of control.
Right. So if you don't have something like a
predominantly male
jiu-jitsu,
spaces. Yeah, exactly.
Sure, predominantly male space. If you're that 17-year-old, 18-year-old kid and you don't have that, you might not even have one masculine role model
Right.
to look up to.
Right.
Who's sort of you can mimic those behaviors and look at the way that he sees the world and he sees himself in the world and acts based on that.
For sure.
A lot of these boys don't have that, and so all they know is the way I interact with one person is the same as the way I interact with another person. Then they, maybe they get a little bit older and they actually do start dating, and suddenly they have an easy time interacting with a woman socially and in a friendly way.
Right.
But as soon as they try and get that interaction sexual,
right.
As soon as they start to escalate, as soon as that goes from person to person to man to woman, suddenly they get very uncomfortable.
Right. Well, and then the woman gets really uncomfortable because he's not doing it in a masculine way. Because biologically, she's attracted to a man that's dominant and will do what he wants.
Yeah.
So it's like it's complete friend. It's like friend to friend, which is just gross, right?
I think these days it's the impression that I get is, as a guy, if you just meet this girl, you have to make that masculine and not just that sexual nature of the interaction abundantly clear from the first fucking 5 minutes.
And it's not vocally. Remember, you don't explicate, you always demonstrate. It has to be, you have to wear it. It has to be in your eyes. This is what I consider seduction to be. It's, I'm letting you know subtly and in different ways that I'm going to fuck you. And she plays the dance as well. And it's a beautiful dance, honestly. Yeah, I love it. This is also why I talk about that boys have to be initiated into manhood at 13 years old. They have to understand that they're expected to, and they will be shown as well as taught masculine virtues and characteristics. And that's not happening. That hasn't happened in our society since I want to say the 40s. Yeah.
And your warrior archetype that you brought up as kind of like the new modern man, that's dependent on those rites of passage.
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
And it's something we're lacking on a global scale.
Correct. Well, let's fix the nation first. And I don't even know if the nation is, I'm not saying let's go out tomorrow and do 1 million man march and say, let's fix the nation. It's like the way we fix it is by doing this type of stuff and getting guys like us together and creating it. Like it needs to.
Yeah, it's distributed. Fix yourself to
Yep.
the best of your ability, and then help your neighbor.
For sure.
You don't need to go to John Washington. That's it's the age of the internet now.
For sure. Excellent. Cool.
Anyway,
Great.
Thanks, Corey.
Yeah, dude. Great call.
Thanks. I'm gonna tune in on YouTube.
All right. See you, bud. All right. That's it for fucking call-ins, we'll say. So I'm going to X out of Zoom because those are really good calls and I don't want someone to call in and ruin it. Oh, man. Those are fucking awesome calls, man. Congrats and applause, I guess is what I want to say here. Applause. Really great call in. Holy fuck, I got a whole bunch of, what's it called? Bond is competent in all areas. I wasn't able to say that. Yeah, I definitely think that's a great thing to look at. That's definitely something that men want to aspire to be. Try to be competent in all areas. And what are the 6 key areas I talk about that you should be competent in? The physical, the mental, the emotional, right? Yeah, the spiritual, the financial, and relational. There we go. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relational. Boom, here we go. I like it. I think gentleman is framed in what women want and civilized is framed in what men want since we built civilization. Yeah, that's a good way to put it because I would much rather be called civilized or civil than called gentle if I were to be frank. So I like that perspective. Maybe they had to get backwards. Anyone care for opinions to most well-dressed James Bond? Best style goes to who? Connery, Moore, Lazenby, Brosnan, or Craig? I mean, Connery's the fucking man, plain and simple. But Craig fucking crushed it in his new age, right? The new age stuff. We have girl power, independent women, and even a few of the blue hair pseudo-feminists be a gentleman, lead, and they will submit. The reason why I brought all this stuff up, and we're going to wrap it up here, I think. Oh, I like that too. I think the modern rite of passage is breaking free of your programming and going back to your natural purpose perspective. That's essentially red pill. That's essentially the red pill. Absolutely. It's the other thing the red pill is as you as a man, it's looking at your masculine relationships as a higher priority than your female relationships. Whereas the blue pill teaches men the opposite. It says you need to make your female relationships a priority and your masculine relationships secondary. And we could see that in how our governmental and societal structures are. Whereas we need to flip it. We need to go back. And then we need to put pressure on women to be and live up to their social contract, their side of the social contract. Be feminine, be fit, be open to suitors, allow yourself to be, have children at the right ages, so on and so forth. Be a mother. Good man. Brosnan was a fig. He was a what's it called? He was a fruit. Oh, I don't think I could say that either. Damn it. A fig is a fruit. God damn it. Can't say anything anymore. Fuck. The reason why I brought this up today is this, because most women today, even though I am, King Chad Thundercock over here, and I'm very seductive with my ladies and all this other stuff, I'll still get stopped from time to time by women, and they'll say the key things: be a gentleman, blah, 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 right? And then other men will tell you, be a gentleman, all this other stuff. But the problem is the term gentleman today has been misconstrued into what women want men to be. It's lower down your masculinity until I allow you to use your masculine stuff. And the thing is, you never know when that's going to be. You never know what she's going to like from day in to day out, all that other stuff. And it's a way for society, like I said, to make men weak, right? Of course, living in a blue pill society, it's men, your relationships with other men, you becoming more masculine, coaching other men on being more masculine and all this other stuff. That is not okay. That is essentially toxic masculinity. So the old terms of what a gentleman used to be, what we were talking about, what it may have been in the past, is of okay. So here we go. The old term gentleman is now what is defined as what toxic masculinity is, and now what used to be considered anti-masculinity is what women are considering to be a gentleman. It's inverse. It's flipped. It's wrong. When a woman tells you to be a gentleman, it means you're probably doing the right thing. It means that you're pushing her boundaries. It means that you're holding her to a standard. It means that you're being seductive and you're leading things towards sex, right? On your terms and in your time frame. When she tells you that she wants you to be a gentleman, what she's saying is, I like what you're doing, and here's my shit test for you. She's also testing to see if you are willing to fit into her frame, which is not a good thing to be. She says, be a gentleman, just say, no, I'm good. Right? Or just shrug it off and say, never was the type, or that's not in my blood, or something along those lines, right? And she'll scoff and she'll pretend to get all fucking mad, but she's really deep down happy that you said that, because gentlemen are considered weak, especially in today's society, right? Gentlemen are effeminate. Gentlemen are, in today's society, today's terms, like what Max and I were talking about, it's not a good thing to be a gentleman. It is not a good thing to be a gentleman. This new chivalry thing too, I would highly recommend to you guys not to be chivalrous. Do not be chivalrous whatsoever. Women are too spoiled. They don't deserve your best. The only time that you should start to show any type of gentlemanly type of traits and characteristics is if she's bought 100% into your frame and she is living the 100% opposite as far as her living up to her social contract of what she's supposed to be. Being feminine, being fun, not nagging, not moaning and complaining, not being rude, right? Falling into your frame. Okay, once that happens, then you could see a little bit of my gentlemanly side, but she has to earn it. And it can't be something that she gets every single day, guys. I'm telling you this. She'll get bored with that. That is dry panties to the nth degree. Every once in a while, right? But push those buttons. These hoes today, man, they don't deserve it. You got to play the game properly. You got to play the game properly today. And that's why I presented the warrior archetype, someone who is cold-blooded, so to speak. It doesn't mean cold-blooded in the sense that you're always cold. It means be more cold-blooded than what you are today. Too many men are going around sharing their feelings, trying to talk to women like they're their best friends, asking if things are okay. You know, Matt W. got on my case about burping on the fucking air. I'll burp in front of girls. I'll fart in front of girls too. I never used to do that. Why? Because gentlemen don't fart in front of girls. I fart in front of girls. And they actually kind of laugh. And it's funny. I think it's funny. I don't do it all the time, right? But I'll push the boundaries. I'll let them know, like, I'm not saying to fucking be a degenerate, okay? But I let them know I'm a man. And I let them know that I don't care about this silly social construct that they have me portrayed as, right? Girl yesterday is like, no, you need to be a gentleman and you need to wait. It's like, yeah, no, I don't. And this is the last time we're hanging out. Thank you very much, right? Like, see you the fuck later. I'm not going to live up to that standard. As a matter of fact, you know whose standard you need to live up to? You need to live up to mine. You got to live up to mine. That's the rules here. If you don't want to play that game, there's the fucking door. I have no problem saying goodbye to you. I have no problem. Like, I have no problem Xing you. Not one bit. But I think a lot of people that are gentlemen will sit there and say, oh, I need to give her the benefit of the doubt. Oh, maybe I should give her another try. Oh, maybe next time I could escalate things and maybe she'll touch my pee-pee. No. Do not. You're better off being fucking cold as ice when it comes to that stuff than trying to be fucking warm and soft and gentlemanly, right? Ugh, what an egregious term. I'm on par with what Max is talking about. Like, it's just not the type of man we need to be today. It's just not the type of man. And I also liked what Aaron had to say. It's like, think of the warlord. You know, I'm the type of guy, like, I'm a rugged dude, but at the same time, I like to get dressed up. I mean, shit, yesterday we sat on here talking about all sorts of fragrances and all this other stuff. I'm a refined savage. And depending on how I feel and how I want to present myself is how I'm going to present myself. You feel me? It's not based off of what society expects of me. It's not what fucking women expect of me. It's not any of this shit. How I want to present myself, the type of person I want to be in that moment is how I'm going to be. And it's whatever I think is best for me. So a lot of people misconstrue, that whole thing with James Bond. We talked about it a little bit. That dude can get fucking Dapper Dan all day long, but at the same time, he can go in the fucking jungle and do all sorts of crazy shit. Right? A little bit too metro for my take, but it's all good, right? Like, that's just how it's presented. Sean Connery, not so much. Salute to that gentleman. Also love some of his interviews that he used to do in the past where he talks about slapping women. Shit was fucking crazy. He's like, yeah, I just tap her on, it's no big deal. Just put her in her place again. I think it was like with Barbara Walters, and she was just like aghast. It was like super fucking hilarious. Anyway, let's get a like for that one. For those of you guys in the chat, let's hit that like. Hit some thumbs up for that shit too. We got 50 people watching and only 42 likes. That is offensive. Hit that fucking like button, boy. Anyway, this is the direction we men need to start to go. We need to be, I fucking hate to use the term noble savages, but the thing is, we've lost our savagery. We've lost our savagery in the face of trying to be good, civilized men. Nice boys, right? That's essentially what a lot of us are. We're nice boys. That's what gentlemen are. It's your mom fucking combing your hair on Sunday and putting you in some nice fucking pants and button-up shirt, and then combing your hair to the side and patting it down and everybody pinching your cheek and being like, oh, what a cute, nice boy. That's what people are still living in when they're fucking, what's it called? Being a gentleman. It's like, fuck that shit. Become a goddamn savage. Become a brute. You're better off being that way right now. And then when it comes to dealing with other men, you can tamp it down a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Way better. Way more better. What's up, my dude? How we doing? Well, we need to become the greatest generation, because I still think there were some flaws in the greatest generation's mindset. The greatest generation gave birth and rise to the fucking baby boomers, who are the fucking worst generation to ever grace the fucking planet. Why? Because baby boomers are the most narcissistic people out there. And they're also the ones that are steeped in materialism. They also had no fucking foresight for a fucking booming population, right? To understand, how do we fucking create regenerative things? Instead, they just rose to the top of fucking CEO positions and pillaged and plummeted, and didn't fucking think at all about the future. Not good people. So you got to look at their parents, and you got to blame them too. I think we're in a stage where we understand all these things. We've seen the good of some of those and the bad of some of those. We've seen the good and the bad of numerous generations now. And it's like, all right, how do we fix it? Well, I point out a lot of that stuff in my new book, A Patriarch's Vision, Purging Feminism. For those of you guys that haven't purchased that book yet, what the fuck are you doing? You crazies. The link I am posting in the chat, because everything we've talked about up to this point is in the book. So, if you're not doing anything right now with your life, and you'd like a little guidance on where we should go in the future, do go to Amazon, click that link right now, buy my new book. If not, whatever, who cares? With that said, guys, I'm going to get the fuck out of here. I need to eat some food. I think I had to go. Oh, yeah, shit. I got to go to school. Oh, fuck. It's 6:00. Oh, yeah, I'll be late. Whatever. Fuck. Whatever. All right, guys, I got to get the fuck out of here. Until tomorrow at 4:30 p.m., I'll see you guys tomorrow. Adios. And thank you for that super chat, Mr. Gregory. You're the man. Buy the book. See ya.